door. Answer the door.
One more. Why, hello, mystery guests. Welcome to the Tom Joyner Morning Show.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be back on and to be part of this exciting surprise.
Oh, my God.
Is this?
Yes, it is. The President of the United States is on the air. Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Well, Tom, you had the real President Clinton on yesterday, so I thought I ought to show up today.
Welcome, Secretary Clinton.
Thank you so much. It's great to be on and to join my voice in thanking you both, but particularly you, Tom, for everything you've done and all of the great shows you've had, and for being part of our efforts in the 90s and beyond to try to get good information in a entertaining and effective way to people.
When you got Putin messing with the elections, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you also calling because you're now announcing that you are going to run for in 2020?
This is a great place to do it, Secretary Clinton.
Is that why you called? Besides saying congratulations to me, Is this the announcement?
It would if I weren't going to do it, this would be the place to do it. There's no doubt about it. I'd have to hurry up and do it before you leave, though.
Okay, that might be the thing to keep him on the air.
That's right.
Well, look, I'm just so grateful to you and all that you've done, and I'm excited, Sybil, about everything you're going to be doing, too. I mean, the dynamic duo is going to keep going in your own ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for your support and all the good that you continue to do. I am loving your book, and as a matter of fact, it's on my Christmas list for all those gutsy girls in my life.
Oh, boy. Thank you for that. I just think it's time for people to feel like, we've got to pull together and we've got to support gutsy people, women and men, who are out on the front lines trying to make a difference. And I had the best time writing this with Chelsea.
How can you not? A mother-daughter duo. Yeah.
It was so cool. And, some of the women we have in there are women that I told her about when she was a little girl, like Shirley Chisholm. And, some are more recent who have made a big impression on our country and the world that, she's actually introduced to me. So it was a terrific collaboration. And a lot of the people reading it are telling me that it's helping them because, we're living in kind of a difficult time. I think your listeners all know that. And, making sure that we have people who continue to inspire us, and especially our children and young people, it's, I think, part of the way we're going to get through this.
My favorite memory of you was when we were on the Soul Train line at the Mandela reception at the White House, and there's a picture of you and me going down the Soul Train line dancing in the White House.
Oh, my God, that was such a great party. Oh, and didn't you go to South Africa with us? When
Yeah.
I sure
did. I sure did.
Tom had one of the very few interviews with President Clinton, certainly for the first for radio, live from South Africa.
And Tavis was with us then.
Oh, yeah. I thought when he came to the White House, he was such an extraordinary man. He was one of the greatest people that I have ever read about and certainly ever had the honor of meeting. And he loved to be around people who were having a good time. His eyes just would sparkle up. There was just nobody who understood the importance of enjoying every minute of your life and making something good come of it than he did. Because remember, Tom, when he came out of prison after all those years, he said, look, I have to leave the hate behind or I'm still going to be in prison.
Yeah.
And when I went to his inauguration in 1994 as a part of the delegation from America, we all went to a lunch after the formal ceremony, and we were on the grounds of the presidential house that he was now going to be living in, and there was a huge crowd of people literally from all over the world, and he stood up and he said, there are so many VIPs here, and I thank you all for coming. I thank you for your help in our struggle against apartheid. He said, but there are 3 people I want to introduce to you who were very special to me. And he had these 3 white men stand up, and he said, these were 3 of my jailers, but they treated me with dignity. They treated me, man to man with dignity. And I thought I was going to fall off my chair. Mm-hmm. And, that kind of greatness and that kind of modeling of, okay, you know what? We got to figure out how we're going to stand up for justice and dignity and freedom in a way that resonates so that people can feel like, there's something to keep striving for, not in this alternative reality of, falsity and lies that we're, having thrust at us right now. So anyway, I just was so happy you were there. You were there on both of those big occasions.
Yes.
I don't know about you, Tom, and Kim and Sherry, but it sounded like she was about to say, and that's why I am going to make my announcements.
Yes.
Right here, right now, that in 2020, I'm throwing my hat back in the ring.
Please.
In the meantime,
I'm going to do everything I can to retire the incumbent. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay, there you go.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, I highly recommend, it's a wonderful book. It's written by Hillary Clinton and Chelsea Clinton, and it's called The Book of Gutsy Women, Favorite Stories of Courage and Resilience. And it would only show as the next chapter if somebody were to make that announcement real soon.
Oh, my gosh, you guys. Well, I hope that people have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season and a really happy and healthy new year.
Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year. And thanks for calling and lending your voice to Tom Joyner.
That was Putin interrupting them with that phone line. That was some Russian